What's up, everyone? Justin here, back with a new Year in Wrestling Reloaded 1997 Part 1. Check out my original Year in Wrestling videos in the Year in Wrestling playlist. These are Year in Wrestling Reloaded videos where I talk about more shows and other different things I didn't talk about the first time. But who the hell knows? Maybe I already talked about it. That was years ago that I did the Year in Wrestling shows. That was like 4 to 5 years ago, so I don't remember what I talked about. I'm not going to talk about and review every WCW, WWF, or ECW pay-per-view. I already talked about those on the Year in Wrestling shows. Check them out. So here we go with Year in Wrestling Reloaded 97 Part 1. 97, like 96, was a great year. Fucking great year for wrestling and wrestling fans. You had Nitro and Raw on at the same time doing damn good shows. Head to head. I always watched Raw. I just did because I grew up a WWF fan, so I feel like still I'm a WWE guy. Always have been. I love other companies and I support them and watch them, but if I had to pick one, let's just say I could have one thing in my life and nothing else. Let's say the world was ending, I don't know. One company that I would pick to be able to watch all the old stuff and the new stuff. I love ECW. I love them. They're probably number 2 behind WWF, WWE. But if I had to pick one company to watch, to be able to watch for the rest of my life, I would pick WWE. So again, wrestling was super hot and popular in 97. Trust me. I was in middle school at the time. Every one of my friends, male friends, female friends, everybody was watching. Everybody was watching and talking about wrestling at school every single day. It was awesome. So, first I'm going to talk about a little bit about the Royal Rumble. Some of the matches, the dark matches. Dark matches were, there were 2 dark matches and they were all luchadors. The 2 dark matches. The free-for-all, the pre-show, you had the midgets, or the mini wrestlers, I don't know what else to call them. Mini luchadors, some of them are dressed up as WWF gimmicks. Mini Vader, mini Mankind, that's pretty funny. So you had the mini midget wrestlers in a tag match, and mini Mankind and mini Vader as a team. That's pretty hilarious. Against 2 other midgets that maybe one of them was Max Mini. I'm not sure, but I can't pronounce their names. So up first, on Royal Rumble 97, you had Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley defend the Intercontinental title with Mr. Hughes against Goldust with Marlena. They were in a pretty good heated feud. The match, I'm sure, was good. It went 16 minutes for the Intercontinental title. And Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley wins and retains. Why the hell was Mr. Hughes put with Triple H? I'll never understand that. Because he didn't fit. I know and I get it. He was a bodyguard. But I don't get why Mr. Hughes was ever put with Hunter Hearst Helmsley. That was not a good fit. Nothing against Mr. Hughes. The guy just did not fit in WWF good at all. So up next you had, what was next? Ahmed Johnson defeated Farouk. They were in a heated feud for a long time. And Ahmed Johnson is a piece of shit. Mark Henry called him that recently. He said Ahmed Johnson is a piece of shit. He tried to drug him and put some drug in his drink. That ain't right. And you're a fucking stupid dumbass, Ahmed Johnson. I was a fan of him at the Royal Rumble 97, but I was only 13. I was a stupid, immature kid to ever cheer for the guy. Because later, end of 97, summer 97, 98, Ahmed Johnson was a mess. The guy kept injuring people, and he kept getting injured over and over and over. So Ahmed Johnson, looking back on it, the guy did not deserve his push. Because the guy was a fucking dumbass. And the guy was a botch machine also. He'd injure a lot of wrestlers, a lot of job guys, a lot of other guys he would injure. That's probably why at one point I swear they put up this graphic on WWF Raw, I think, to promote King of the Ring. I swear it's supposed to be Ahmed Johnson challenging The Undertaker. Never happened. I wonder why. Probably because Ahmed Johnson had a ton of heat and was a dumbass, and they pulled him from the match, the main event. Or he got injured again. Or maybe it's for In Your House, Canadian Stampede. It was supposed to be Undertaker, Ahmed Johnson, but again he was pulled. And I think Vader was put in his place. So Ahmed defeated Farouk. There was a lot of Nation members at ringside. I believe D'Lo Brown or some guy in a suit got a Pearl River plunged through a table. Basically power bombed through a table. So Ahmed, by the way, won by disqualification. I wonder where Ahmed Johnson is now. The guy probably had karma hit him right in the face. Also, the guy got really overweight, really out of shape in his WCW run. Ahmed Johnson now might be like 600 pounds appearing on My 600 Pound Life. Who the hell knows where he is? I don't know. I don't wish that he's sick. I don't wish that. And I don't wish that he's in bad health either. I hope he's not. But the guy was a fucking jerk in wrestling. And there's a lot of bad people in wrestling. A lot of scumbags were a part of wrestling, probably always will be until they're busted, and then they can get fired and get their ass out the door and never be able to wrestle again. Guys like Jack Gallagher and all the wrestlers that did sexual assaults or just verbal abuse to women, or wrestlers that had sex with underage girls or hitting on underage boys. Those wrestlers deserve to be out of wrestling forever. Forever. I know there's bad people in every business. And I'm glad Jack Gallagher was busted. And I'm glad he doesn't have a job anymore. And I hope all the wrestlers that were accused, that did it, that they find out really did something, they deserve to never work in wrestling again. They deserve to be blackballed. Now the wrestlers that were accused and did not do anything, they don't deserve that. Quit accusing them, because you don't know if they did it or not. You can accuse them all you want. Once they get guilty charged. They get a guilty charge. Then we can rip them all we want. But obviously Jack Gallagher did something bad because he is fired. So many more were accused. I don't know who all did stuff and who didn't. But Jack Gallagher, you're scum. You're probably worse. You're a worse person than Ahmed Johnson, I think. But Ahmed, you're a scumbag too. You tried to drug Mark Henry's drink. You put something in it and he saw it. And Mark Henry, that guy is super nice. Doesn't have any other wrestler say a bad word about him. He's super nice. Mark Henry, I believe, is one of the nicest guys in wrestling to the fans and to the wrestlers. And if Mark Henry has something bad to say about you, you gone fucked up and did something bad. Because Mark Henry, in my opinion, the guy's a class act. So up next, you had Vader with Paul Bearer defeat The Undertaker. It was pretty damn good. 6-man tag match, a lot of luchadors. One of them was Hector Garza, who would go to WCW in '97. Now the 30-man, before the 30-man Rumble, or after the 30-man Rumble, you had the WWF Championship. Shawn Michaels defended against Psycho Sid. I take that back. Psycho Sid defended against Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels wins, becomes WWF champ. I believe they were supposed to do Shawn Brett at WrestleMania 13, but Shawn said he had a knee injury and he had to give up the title. And a doctor told him he had to retire. The knee injury was so bad. But instead he just, I think, had surgery or took time off to rehab his knee. Didn't come back till like June or May of '97. I know he came back by King of the Ring because it was Stone Cold Shawn Michaels. I believe they went 30 minutes. It was pretty damn awesome. So now, again, Shawn Michaels becomes champion from Psycho Sid. Then he had to get stripped of the title, give it up because Shawn lost his smile. That is pretty sad, that promo on Raw where he had to give up the title. So then in the month of February, then you had the Final Four matchup, and Bret Hart became champ, and then he lost it a night later on Raw to Sid. And then Taker won the title at WrestleMania 13. You had a lot of world title changes in '97. Not that many, but pretty many. So the Royal Rumble match, 30 men, Royal Rumble. Number 1 was Crush, Nation of Domination Crush. Number 2, Ahmed Johnson. That made a lot of sense because he's feuding with the Nation. Number 3, the fake Razor Ramon. The parody of Razor Ramon. The guy did look like a young Razor, Scott Hall kind of. Number 4, Phineas Godwin. Number 5, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He started dominating. He threw everybody out. Number 6, Bart Gunn. Number 7, Jake the Snake. Number 8, the British Bulldog. Number 9, a luchador. I can't pronounce the guy's name. Number 10, the Sultan. The Sultan actually was Rikishi under the mask. Number 11, Mil Mascaras. I can't pronounce his name. Luchador, Mexican wrestling masked legend. Mil Mascaras, number 11. Number 12, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Number 13, Owen Hart. Number 14, Goldust. 15, another luchador. Number 16, Mark Mero. Number 17, the Latin Lover. Might have been Hector Garza. I think that's his name. Number 18, Farouk. Number 19, Savio Vega. Number 20, Jesse James, the Road Dogg. Number 21, Bret the Hitman Hart. Number 22, Jerry the King Lawler. Got off a commentary, got in the ring, got knocked the fuck out, I believe by Bret Hart. Flew over the top rope. He was in it for about 2 seconds, and it was fucking hilarious, and I loved it. Number 23, the Fake Diesel, a.k.a. the Future Kane. Glenn Jacobs was a fake Kevin Nash, fake Diesel. Not Kevin Nash, but playing Diesel was Glenn Jacobs. That is now, he's the mayor. The fake Diesel is actually a mayor of a town. That's crazy to think about. That's crazy. Number 24, Terry Funk. Terry Funk's, I believe he's only in 2 Rumbles, 97, 98. Number 25, Rocky Maivia. Barely anybody cheered for him. He barely got a pop. They did not like babyface Rocky Maivia at all. That's why they started chanting, "Die, Rocky, die." And thank God he turned heel. Number 26, Mankind. Number 27, Flash Funk, who was Two Cold Scorpio. If you didn't know that, you should have. Or if you didn't know Flash Funk was Two Cold Scorpio, you're a bad wrestling fan. Number 28, Vader. Number 29, Henry Godwinn. Number 30, The Undertaker. Bret Hart, Stone Cold. Stone Cold tosses Bret over the top. Stone Cold was eliminated. The ref didn't see it. So technically you could say Stone Cold shouldn't have won. But the refs didn't see it. Threw out Bret Hart. Stone Cold Steve Austin wins. Or no, what am I saying? Stone Cold didn't win. Bret Hart won. Wait. No, what am I saying? Stone Cold Steve Austin won. I knew it. Stone Cold threw out Bret Hart last, but Bret tossed him earlier. So that was the Royal Rumble 97. Now I'm going to talk about, God almighty, it was a mess. NWO, their January, WCW January 97 pay-per-view was NWO sold out. The first NWO pay-per-view. It was bad. It was a fucking mess. I just want to look it up for a second. I'm not going to give you all the matches. The show was badly booked. Really badly booked. None of the matches were any good. A lot of the matches were fucking boring. And they shouldn't have been. Because the NWO was fucking on fire in 97. They were super popular until the end of 98, just about. Or the beginning of 98. So I'll just go over the matches. Masahiro Chono, Jericho. Masahiro Chono was NWO Japan, I guess. I guess it was okay, but it wasn't that good. Big Bubba Rogers, NWO, defeated WCW's Hugh Morris, and I didn't give a crap, or I didn't give 2 shits at all. I like Big Bubba, the guy was great, he's Big Boss Man, but I don't give a fuck about him facing Hugh Morris. Number 3, third match was I don't know why I said number 3, but Jeff Jarrett defeated Mr. Wall Street, who was IRS in the NWO. IRS was a member of the NWO. What the fuck? They had way too many members that did not belong in it. Way too many job guys and mid-carders. IRS, Mike Rotundo, great worker. I'm not bashing him, but he shouldn't have been in the fucking NWO at all, ever. They shouldn't even thought to put him in the NWO. Why was he NWO? I'll never know. I don't even remember him joining. Or I guess it was during a Nitro. I don't know. Up next, Buff Bagwell, NWO. Defeated his former partner, Scotty Riggs. They were the American Males. They were a pretty good team, but I didn't care about them feuding. Scott Norton defeated Diamond Dallas Page. Scott Norton was NWO. Scott Norton, tough as fuck. So I will never say a bad word about that guy. He could still kick my ass and probably kill me. And he still looks tough. DDP, the guy was fucking great and super over in 97. Up next, we had a tag team title match, the Steiners against the Outsiders. It was not any good, really. It was a mess with like two referees, the NWO ref, Nick Patrick, and the WCW ref. Well, the WCW ref kind of screwed the Outsiders and gave the tag titles to the Steiners. After I think the NWO ref, Nick Patrick, was knocked out or something. So a WCW ref ran in, did a 3 count, and said Steiners win. And then on Nitro, that ref, I forget the guy's name, Pee Wee Anderson, I think, Bischoff fired him with his children by his side and said, "You're fired, get out of here." But then he was rehired. I don't know where he went. Pee Wee Anderson, I think he was gone out of WCW by the end of 98 or 99. The guy was a really good ref, though. He was a good ref in Mid-South and WCW. The best match of the sold out 97 was Eddie Guerrero 6. That was the best fucking match they put on. That was on the show. It was a match of the show. It was a ladder match for the U.S. title. The problem is it was only 13 minutes. That's pathetic. That's a very short ladder match. But somehow Eddie and 6, a.k.a. 6, X-Pac, a.k.a. 123 Kid, and Lightning Kid. He had a lot of names and a lot of gimmicks. Eddie Guerrero and 6, they actually had a good match. It was kind of messy, but it was good. Up next, you had the main event. It was bad. It was a fucking train wreck. It was a mess. It was a bad finish. Hollywood Hogan defending the WCW World title against the Giant. And it was bad. Again, all these matches were NWO, WCW. The problem is nobody cared. The fans didn't care about Giant Hogan. The fans, I believe, did pop when the Steiners won. That was about it. For everything else, the fans were weak, silent, and didn't care about the show. I don't even know why the fuck they paid to go if they weren't going to cheer much. So the main event was a fucking mess. It was 10 minutes. And it was a no contest. That's a great idea. Do a no contest in your main event of a pay-per-view. No, that's never good ideas. I don't like no contests. I get why they do them still today, but I don't like them. Like, fans are not watching pay-per-views to see no fucking contests. We don't want to see them. So now I'm going to review ECW's Super Show. The night the line was crossed again, 1997. ECW, the night the line was crossed, it was actually called Crossing, ECW Crossing the Line Again, 97. So, God, I just had it and I lost it on here. So just give me a second. So ECW Crossing the Line Again, 97. Some of these matches were taped for Hardcore TV, but they were also put out on a video. Crossing the Line Again, 97. And it was a ECW Super Show. It was not a pay-per-view. It was a monthly big show they did. February 1st, 97. So they really need to get all the ECW monthly shows. Please get them on the network, on the WWE network already. I know they got a lot of them. They got 93, 94, 95, part of 96, but there's a lot more. There's a lot more from 96 and 97, 98, 99. So up first, at Crossing the Line Again, 97, Louis Spicolli defeated Mike Awesome. I don't know if that was a dark match or what, but I don't remember it. Lance Storm defeated in, I believe, his ECW debut. Yes, Lance Storm's ECW debut. Lance Storm defeated Balls Mahoney. Up next, Big Stevie Cool, Stevie Richards, and the Blue Guy and Hollywood Nova defeated Ricky Morton with somebody. So I don't know if it's a singles match or handicapped. Steve Dr. Death Williams defeated Axel Rotten in a minute. 52, my goodness. Then we had Raven defend the World Heavyweight title. Raven defended against Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Raven wins and retains. Up next, we had the Sandman defeat. Sandman defeats Devon Dudley. Up next, for the ECW Tag Team titles, the Eliminators defeated Rob Van Dam and Sabu. That was really fucking good. It went 20 minutes. Terry Funk defeated Tommy Rich by submission. I don't know why Tommy Rich was wrestling in 97, but he did, a little bit. Up next, the main event, I believe, the Pitbulls and Tommy Dreamer defeated the Triple Threat. Primetime Brian Lee, Chris Candido, and Shane Douglas. So that was Crossing the Line Again, 97. On part 2 of my Year in Wrestling Reloaded, I will talk about and review ECW CyberSlam 97. I'll talk a little bit about Barely Legal 97 and what else? ECW's Buffalo Invasion Super Show and WrestlePalooza 97. Anyways, hope you enjoyed Year in Wrestling Reloaded 1997 Part 1. Bye for now.